they agree on the money, Your Honor. So as I understand it, the agreement is to use gross wages at $7,600 a month. And then there's TRICARE medical, so nothing on the healthcare, 36 on the dental, 1 child in, 2 children out, and the guideline calculation would be $1,198. My understanding of the disagreements, and so in Mr. Adelaja to carry the health coverage, and he's military, so the disagreements are as far as APCLOS and non-disclosure. And then I believe also Mr. Adelaja is requesting pickup and drop off at the Clean Police Department. So the state is asking for APCLOS for both of them, non-disclosure for both of them, and the pickup and drop off at the Clean Police Department.
Okay, well, and the mom's not in favor. Mom's not in agreement with that.
That's my understanding.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know you're here. I'm just trying to figure out what the disagreements are. But anyway, I'll go ahead and get the testimony from y'all and figure out what that is. So I'll ask the both of you to turn on your videos and raise your right hands, and that way I'll swear y'all in.
Rishana Conyers.
And were you able to hear the opening I gave the court?
Briefly.
Okay. So my understanding is that you and Mr. Adelaja agree on, did I say his name correctly?
Adelaja, sir.
My mistake, Mr. Adelaja. So my understanding is you and Mr. Adelaja agree on the money, but there's some other things you disagree about. Is that correct, Ms. Conyers?
Yes.
Okay. So my understanding is that the child support would be set at, well, that he would carry the insurance. This child support would be $1,198. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. And one child y'all have together, and then he has 2 others outside of this order?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about some of the stuff that y'all disagree about. Do you feel safe with Mr. Adelaja knowing where you live?
No, but he already knows where I stay.
Okay. Well, would you like the address not to be published so you had the option to move if you needed to?
Yes.
Okay. So will you tell the court why you don't feel secure with him knowing where you live?
Because of he always makes verbal threats. A couple of months ago, I had went to the child support office in Temple. I had called him, and the staff heard how he talks to me, so they flagged it. So I just don't like the verbal communication. Like, we can never come to agreement on anything. It's always been like that since day one.
Okay.
Physical
right, so,
too. Physical.
Okay. So he has been physical with you?
He hasn't been physical with me lately, but he has before.
Okay, here's the deal, ma'am. You can't testify to anything happened before the last order. If something happened before we were here last time, then that's you can't do that. You only testify to what happened since the original order in this matter. All right.
Was that 3 years ago, our original order, or the very first order?
My understanding was 2018, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's been a little bit.
I have 7/11/2008.
July 2018, ma'am.
You said 2018?
So nothing. Yes, ma'am. Anything since 2018 you can testify to. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. After.
Okay. So why don't we start at the end and work our way back? When was the most recent time he's been physical with you?
Katie was like 6. He was like 6 years old, and it was more verbal, but he made threats, and he had to go. He was here at my residence. So that's why we meet at the police station, because I don't feel comfortable with him being here at my home. And that's where we've been meeting. And that's once or twice a year.
So, okay. So let's just go one bite at a time. So your son is now 8.5. Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's 2024. So we're talking what, middle of 2022, last time Mr. Adelaja was physical with you?
Yes.
Okay. What did he do?
He came over and he got in my face, and it was like he pushed up on me like a soft push. And I told him to leave. I said, get out my house, leave. And
Okay.
I just knew I wasn't gonna deal with him no more.
All right, that's enough. You can go ahead and proceed. I'm gonna grant the non-disclosure. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. So my understanding is you're not wanting the communication through app close, or would you like the communication to be through app close?
The communication can be through it. I'm fine with that. I just don't want him to have my phone number because it's not good.
Okay. All right. And then the pickup and the drop off at Clean PD, are you for or against that?
I'm for it.
Okay. All right. I think that does it as far as the questions I was going to ask you. Can you think of other things that I should have asked you? The concerns yours I've not addressed.
His medical. He told me that he's getting kicked out the military due to domestic violence. I asked him how much longer does he have in, because once he gets out the military, I need to be able to cover Caden on my own. He won't even let me know. He won't let me know nothing. And I'm telling him that if you don't let me know, Caden will not have coverage because I have to get that into place. It doesn't just happen right away. So if you could help me with that, I would appreciate that as well.
Here's the deal.
Yes,
Under
ma'am.
order, everybody's supposed to keep each other informed of any change of circumstances immediately, or at least 30 days ahead of time, or immediately upon knowing, okay? That's in the court order. So we'll get that information from him, and we'll find out whether or not he's getting out of the military or not. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
All right, ma'am, back in just a moment. Call your next witness then, Mr. Downey.
Called Mr. Adelaja. Will you state your full name, sir?
Babatunde Adelaja.
Okay. And did you hear the opening I gave the court, sir?
Yes, I did.
And anything that needs to be corrected or clarified?
Yes, a few things, sir.
Well, let's yeah, and we can let's go section by section. So was I okay on the money?
Not at all. It was a little off. The lady that I spoke to earlier said 958. However, after we spoke, I went and looked at my W-2. I miscalculated how much my gross income was. It's 88,000 a year and some change. So that's that. I know I told her 7,600 was what I made a month. I went based off of an old calculation on the pay scale. It's actually 7,400.
So what's your rank?
I am currently a captain, sir.
How many
Commission 2018.
Okay, how many years you been in the military?
Going on 11 now.
Okay, so Mr. Diamond, did you use the charts or did you use his information? You know?
I hate it when attorneys say this, but I was not the one who I didn't calculate this, Your Honor. This case was handed to me, so I've not.
All right, well, we'll double check the math on it, but we don't use the chart. We don't take, it's normal, sir, that we don't take, when you're in the military, we just use the military charts for figuring that out, and the BH based on your duty station, so, but we'll double check that. Yeah, what it says on your W-2s and all that, we don't take that. We go strictly with the charts when we get with the military. But go ahead, Mr. Diamond, thank you.
Well, Your Honor, I can recalculate based on if his monthly gross is 7,400.
I want the charts, Mr. Diamond. I don't want that. I don't, you know, things come out, allotments come out. We use the charts only with military personnel, sir.
So Your Honor, I can't do the hearing and pull the charts at the same time. Is there any way we could suspend this and let the next hearing go, and then
let's go ahead and finish this stuff up, and then we'll go. Then after it's over with, I'll let you go do the math again. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's do this other part first. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. So we'll circle back to the money, Mr. Adelaja, but let's talk about the other issues. Are you wanting non-disclosure? Are you wanting your address not to be disclosed?
That is absolutely correct, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And will you tell the court about your concerns?
It's
yes, sir.
It's done. I've already granted. Let's move on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Am I moving on from app close and the pick and drop off at KPD?
On the non-disclosure, it's a done deal, but everything else you can proceed on. Sorry, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. So what about the app close communication, Mr. Adelaja? Are you for or against that?
I'm for that, sir. And I would prefer that the only communication, so everything is documented.
Yes, sir. And pickup and drop off at Killeen Police Department, for or against?
Or I was actually the one we initiated that 2 pickups ago, actually 3 pickups ago, dating back 3 years.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, folks, I'm gonna let the state redo, double check the math on that, sir. And like I said, we'll just pull up the pay charge for 2024 and get you, and get that information. And you are stationed, where are you stationed at this time, sir?
I'm currently at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Also, Your Honor, I would like to also let the court know that as of December, I just got divorced in lieu to some of the comments she made about alleged domestic violence, which wasn't the case. The case was dismissed and expunged due to the fact that I only was defending myself when my ex-wife was attacking me. Similar situation that I've been through with my current mother's son years ago.
It's good, sir. It's good, sir. That, what I need to know is whether or not are you still in the military, and what are your plans as far as staying in the military?
I am still in the military. GOMO was initiated. I reported to GOMO as of December with all the evidence from the civil court. And currently, the brigade commanders and I are looking through the GOMOs and all the odd facts and evidence in order to make sure that it's either completed or in my favor so I could continue service. As of right now, there is no odd answer if I am getting out of service or not. However, I just share with the mother of my child, Rishana, that I will be working backup options just in case, because I am an officer and I know any alleged domestic violence or alleged incident is a career ender. So in order for me to be in the best predicament, I wanted to make sure I had backup plans, and I told her that as of February of last year, 2023.
All right, then, again, sir, well, if something like that happens, you just let her know ASAP, and obviously we can make adjustments on that as soon as we can. We can get you back in the court, but for right now, we're gonna take this snapshot in time, and that's what I've got to deal with. And I'm obviously looking at going ahead and modifying the child support. I'll let the state do the math, recheck that based on the charge. Go ahead and order that y'all use app close going forward. All exchanges are through are going to be at the KPD. Non-disclosure is granted, but you're both going to be ordered to always and to maintain app close for the communication of your child, and that way you can use that for any type of emergency circumstance and regular circumstance. Okay.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, sir.
All right, then. So I'm gonna let the state. At this time, Mr. Diamond, I'll let you go off and recheck the math on his income and come back and tell me what you're looking at. Okay.
I actually had Miss Hubbard and CSO Smith did some numbers crunching while the court was talking, so I have that now. If the court would like it.
Go right ahead and tell the court what the charts are showing at this time, then, please, sir.
So the total gross would be 7,721, which is we use the Fort Cavazos base housing, which was 1,000. I think we use without dependents. It'd be 1,530, and the base was. I'm sorry. No, it was the total was 7,721, and that's the housing plus the base, and that's captain's salary. So 972 would be the guideline calculation.
I might have someone come in and testify, because again, the BAH is non-taxable, and obviously the base pay is taxable, and so I'm probably going to need to get that on the record. So I'll need somebody to confirm that one way or the other, Mr. Diamond. Thank you.
Probably the best way to do that, then, Your Honor, if this could be recessed, I could go. I beg the court's pardon. I have policy that I'm not supposed to put a child support officer on to testify.
You need to probably go back in with both of them and confirm that through them and see if they've got an objection to that amount. Otherwise, the court will just have to pull it down itself and take judicial notice of that. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I hadn't gone to armytimes.com in a long time, but I can always do it. So, all right. All right.
Sorry about this.
I'm gonna go ahead and go off the record for a moment. I'm granting all those other items that the non-disclosure, exchange and everything. But I'm gonna go ahead and let the state get back with y'all and confirm that the pay charts for 2024 are correct, Mr. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your last name too. That job part is still on me. So anyway, I'll let the state talk to both of y'all and confirm that and come back with me and confirm the amounts. Thank you very much, and we're off the record for now.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, if it pleases the court, I asked Ms. Smith to visit with. Sorry, I asked Ms. Smith to visit with the parties. I've got another hearing if the court's willing to hear it.
No problem. All right, folks, we'll be
Okay.
back in just a moment once we confirm those amounts, and we'll finalize this matter. Thank you. All right, who's next then, Mr. Diamond? And yeah, and you can go ahead and let them know which breakout room they get moved into a breakout room with Ms. Smith. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Captain Adelaja and Ms. Conyers, if you'll accept your breakout room request, please.